The 2026 SUV market sees a fascinating clash between the legendary Mitsubishi Pajero and its popular sibling, the Pajero Sport, and the rising challenger, the GWM Tank 500. While the Pajero relies on its decades-long reputation for reliability and mechanical grit, the Tank 500 positions itself as a luxury-first alternative that punches well above its price tag. Performance and powertrain. The primary difference lies in how these two deliver power. Mitsubishi sticks to proven diesel performance, while GWM pushes into high-output hybrids. Mitsubishi's edge. The Super Select 2 system remains one of the few that allows you to drive in 4WD on sealed roads without binding the drivetrain. It is lighter and arguably more durable for long-term remote touring. GWM's edge. The high 4TP PHEV system offers a massive torque advantage, $750/text and $N. The ability to drive over 100 kilometers on pure electricity, making it much more versatile for city commuting and low-speed crawling. Interior and luxury. This is where the GWM Tank 500 attempts to outpress the Japanese veteran GWM Tank 500, often compared to a budget Land Cruiser 300. The interior features Nappa leather, a massive 14.6-inch touchscreen, and massaging seats for both front and second-row passengers. It includes high-end touches like a dash clock and a 12-speaker Infinity sound system. Mitsubishi Pajero. The 2026 update brings a much-needed 12.3-inch digital cluster and updated infotainment, but the cabin remains more functional than luxurious. It is narrower than the Tank, which makes it easier to park but tighter for 3 adults in the back. Off-road capability. Both are true body-on-frame, ladder-frame SUVs, meaning they can handle genuine abuse. Ground clearance. Both sit around 220mm, 224mm, though the Pajero's shorter wheelbase often gives it a slight advantage in breakover angles on sharp crests. Weighting depth. The Tank 500 is rated for 800mm, matching the best in the segment. Technology. The Tank 500 features a transparent chassis, camera view, and a specialized tank turn function to reduce the turning circle on tight trails. The Pajero relies more on mechanical lockers and its famous active yaw control, borrowed from the Evolution heritage, to manage grip. The verdict? Which should you choose? Choose the Mitsubishi Pajero if you value a proven track record, a vast spare parts network, and a vehicle that is lighter and more agile on tight tracks. It's the sensible choice for long-term ownership and high resale value. Choose the GWM Tank 500 if you want executive class, luxury, and massive hybrid power for a fraction of the price of a Land Cruiser. It is the better choice for those who spend 80% of their time on road but want to be the most comfortable person on the trail when they go off-road. Building on our initial look, 2026 has introduced a significant shift in this rivalry. The GWM Tank 500 has expanded its lineup with a new PHEV and a dedicated diesel variant, while the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport has received a tech-heavy refresh to bridge the gap until its next generation arrives. Here is a detailed breakdown of the technical and practical differences. Powertrain and efficiency. The most critical 2026 update is GWM's introduction of a 2.4L turbo diesel to compete directly with Mitsubishi on traditional turf. Mitsubishi remains the driver's diesel. The bi-turbo setup provides a more linear power delivery, making it feel more responsive during highway overtakes. GWM diesel. While slightly lower in peak power, it delivers higher torque earlier, 1,500 RPM, and its 9-speed transmission is tuned for extreme smoothness, making it a quieter cruiser. GWM PHEV, in a class of its own for power. With a 37.1 kWh battery, it offers 120 km of pure EV range, though it sacrifices the third row of seats to fit the battery. Off-road architecture. Both utilize a ladder frame chassis, but their philosophies on traction differ. Super Select 2, Mitsubishi still the benchmark for versatility. It is the only system in this comparison that allows you to engage 4H, full-time 4WD, on dry pavement, which is a massive safety advantage in variable weather. It is lighter, 980 kg, making it more flickable on sand dunes. Triple lock system, GWM. The Tank 500 Ultra comes standard with front, center, and rear differential locks. While the Mitsubishi usually only has a center and rear lock, the Tank's front locker gives it a point and climb ability and extreme rock crawling that the Pajero can't quite match without aftermarket help. Practicality and dimensions. The Tank 500 is physically larger, moving it closer to the Toyota Land Cruiser 300 series in stature, while the Pajero remains a mid-size, large SUV. Space. The Tank 500 has a 2,850mm wheelbase, identical to the LC300, offering significantly more shoulder and legroom. The Pajero Sport's cabin feels narrow by comparison, which can be a squeeze for 3 adults in the second row. Camping tech. The Tank 500 PHEV features V2L, vehicle to load, allowing you to run a coffee machine, laptop, or camp lights up to 6 kilowatts directly from the car's battery. Towing. Both are targeting the 3,100 kilograms to 3,500 kilograms brake towing limit. However, the Tank 500's high curb weight, 2,820 kilograms, makes it a more stable anchor for heavy trailers, though you must watch your GWM, gross vehicle mass, closely. Safety and driver assistance. GWM Tank 500 boasts a 5-star NCAP rating and a massive suite of ADAS, Level 2, including a 540 degrees camera, which lets you see through the car to the ground beneath, and tank turn for tight trails. Mitsubishi includes the Diamond Sense suite. For 2026, it adds a front center airbag and improved AB, autonomous emergency braking, that better detects pedestrians and cyclists at intersections.